Danganronpa.
Hallo und herzlich willkommen zur nächsten Episode von Was geht hier eigentlich ab, Ronpa? Und ja, wir machen das Closing Argument von dem, wo wir denken, was passiert ist. Ich bin immer noch der Meinung, es muss Maki sein. Soichi meint aber halt sicher, dass es angeblich Kaito war. Was ist da? Elektrobomb. Was ist das? Die kämpfen? Dann die Elektrobombe. Okay. Da war ich mir unsicher. So. What opened the shutter and got inside? Okay, das muss dahin. Dann haben wir das Thema Trail of Blood. Whatever left. Why was Kokichi? Whatever did the cult believe in the bathroom? Okay, das nicht, weil es nicht im Bathroom war, aber dann muss es dahin, okay. So, jetzt haben wir den. Das war relativ weit am Anfang. Bro. Bro, die haben richtige Action da gemacht. In the range. Das Gesicht. Ah! Ach so. Nee, Second Hit, genau. Oh, meine Herzen sind mega low. Uff. Das muss es sein. Komm schon. Yes. Okay. What evidence did the culprit leave in the bathroom? Oh no, no, no. Beides. Beide Sachen. What evidence did the culprit flush down the toilet? Okay. Puh, saved. Ah, okay, perfekt. Die Episode kann nicht so lang heute übrigens werden.
Let's go over the trick that Kokichi and the culprit created together. Last night, Kibo saw Himiko from the window of his lab.
That's correct.
She was carrying a black case and heading to the Exisal hangar. When she reached the hangar, she handed the case to someone through the bathroom window. That someone is the culprit of this case. Locked in the bathroom, the culprit had asked Himiko to bring them a certain weapon. A disassembled crossbow from Maki's lab. The culprit was going to use the crossbow to challenge Kokichi to a fight. Some time passed, and Maki made her way to the hangar. She was going to the hangar to kill Kokichi and save the culprit trapped in the bathroom. However, the hangar had an electric barrier preventing her from entering. Fortunately for her, she had an electro hammer to get around the barrier, in a way. She used her electro hammer to disable an exisal and climbed inside. She knew exisals could bypass the barrier, so she got inside one. Around that time, the culprit and Kokichi began their confrontation. While Kokichi was checking up on them, the culprit ambushed him with a crossbow. But the culprit didn't intend to kill Kokichi. They just wanted to disable him.
Disable bedeutet doch...
That's why the culprit aimed for Kokichi's right arm. If they really wanted to kill him, they would have shot him in his vitals. Kokichi reeled from the arrow, and the culprit jumped on him immediately. He didn't want Kokichi to have the chance to summon an exisal with a remote. While they were fighting, something happened that caught them both off guard. The shutter of the hangar opened, and an exisal stepped inside. Kokichi was definitely not expecting an exisal to interrupt them. He pulled out his remote in an attempt to control the exisal. But Maki leaped out of the cockpit and shot Kokichi with her crossbow. The arrow hit Kokichi right in the back, and it was no normal arrow. The tip was covered in a lethal poison from my lab called Strike 9 poison. The poison kills slowly. It seems as if Maki wanted Kokichi to confess before he died. But even with poison in his veins, Kokichi continued to spin his lies. When she had had enough, Maki tried to finish him off with another poisoned arrow. But this time, Maki was the one caught by surprise. To keep Maki from becoming the Blackened, the culprit used their body to shield Kokichi. The culprit's left arm was struck by a poison arrow. Maki remembered that there was an antidote in my lab and immediately ran off to get it. The Strike 9 poison slowly circulated through their systems and would soon kill them both. But in that desperate situation, Kokichi thought up a clever lie. He incorporated this unforeseen event into his plan to help him win the killing game. Or should I say, help him defeat Monokuma. That was Kokichi's true objective. It's why he claimed to be the mastermind. Thinking fast, Kokichi closed the shutter so that Maki could not re-enter the hangar. Thus, Kokichi's final lie was set into motion. When Maki returned with the antidote, she couldn't get back inside the hangar, so she went around to the hangar bathroom and passed the antidote through the window. But after the culprit was given the antidote, Kokichi immediately snatched it. Kokichi drank down all of the antidote while the culprit and Maki watched in horror. Maki must have been panicking, thinking the only antidote was now gone. She believed that the culprit was going to die from her own poisoned arrow, but it was all another one of Kokichi's lies. He had only pretended to drink the antidote. Maki tried desperately to break into the hangar, even slashing the control panel. But she couldn't get the shutter to open again. Defeated, she had no choice but to leave. After Maki had left, Kokichi took out another weapon. An electrobomb, capable of disabling communication devices for hours. Kokichi's plan was to use an electrobomb to knock out Monokuma's surveillance cameras. That was why he commissioned Mew to make the bombs in the first place. After detonating an electrobomb, Kokichi coerced the culprit into drinking the antidote. In exchange for the antidote, Kokichi asked the culprit to cooperate with his plan. Kokichi needed to work with the culprit to execute his final lie. Under normal circumstances, the culprit would never have agreed to such a plan. But because the culprit owed him for saving their life, they agreed to Kokichi's request. Request is a generous term. It was more like blackmail. In any case, the two were now working together as accomplices in an insane plan. There was a lot to prepare, and not a lot of time. They had to work fast. If Kokichi died from the Strike 9 poison, the whole plan...
Jeder hätte doch einfach eine halbe Flasche trinken können.
After fabricating the scene in the bathroom, the culprit dragged Kokichi to the hydraulic press. This is how the swipe pattern bloodstain from the bathroom to the press was created. Kokichi, with the support of the culprit, stood in front of the press's control panel. The two of them were finally ready to execute the insane lie. While Kokichi was setting up the video camera near the hydraulic press's control...
Oops.
The culprit laid face up inside the press, draping their coat over their shoulders. Then, Kokichi activated the press and the camera's record button at the same time. The hydraulic press came down slowly, all caught on tape for us to see. Normally, the safety function would have triggered, but the electrobomb had disabled it. The press got lower and lower, and just as the culprit disappeared from view, Kokichi pressed the force stop button and the camera's pause button simultaneously. The two then switched places and also switched roles. The culprit and the victim.
Sagst du?
The would-be victim became our culprit and started up the press and camera. Kokichi had saved the culprit's life because his trick required their cooperation. He wanted to win the killing game, even if it meant dying himself. And so, Kokichi was crushed by the press, and the whole thing was caught on video. The culprit's left sleeve was dangling from the press, making us think he was the victim. Now alone, the culprit collected the video camera. and tore the hydraulic press's power cord so that it could never be raised again. This would make it impossible for us to determine the identity of the crushed body. But there was another reason the victim was killed in this way. It obfuscated the cause of death, making the case that much more difficult to solve. This was all part of Kokichi's plan to create a murder not even Monokuma could figure out. With the press disabled, the culprit returned to the bathroom to flush Kokichi's clothes. Finally, they climbed inside of an exisal to hide and waited with bated breath. And here they are now in this trial, pretending to be Kokichi. They're trying to deceive Monokuma in order to defeat their true
Weißt du,
mastermind.
was ist, wenn das jetzt gelogen ist von mir, damit Monokuma falsch denkt?
Unidentified culprit trick. The culprit is in that exisal. It's you, isn't it? Kaito Momota, the ultimate astronaut. I'm right, aren't I? That's you in there, isn't it, Kaito?
Really? Is it really Kaito?
I must reluctantly agree with Shuichi's deduction.
Man, Shuichi sure loves his crazy deductions.
Huh?
You're still not gonna admit it?
Admit it, but it's wrong.
But logically speaking, his deduction tracks.
If it's really Kaito in there, he would have admitted it by now.
Was Shuichi's reasoning wrong somehow?
My detective work was flawless, it's the truth. I'm sure that Kaito is inside that exisal. So why is Kaito still fighting me? Is there about Monokuma, or is there another aspect to this?
Everything is set, and that's it. You don't have any evidence, do you? You all think the body was switched when the hydraulic press stopped for a moment. But that's just speculation in the end. No evidence to back it up. So if we reverse our reverse way of thinking, then it's likely I didn't do anything, right? It's totally possible that the body switching never happened and Kaito is dead. Not just possible, it's the actual truth.
Well, it's true. There's no proof that the bodies were switched.
No, we should trust Shuichi's deduction. I'm sure everything will be okay. This emotion I've learned, I believe you call it faith. That's what I feel right now.
Faith builds Omega
That's
Lul.
right. We have to believe in
Miracle
Shuichi.
builds.
Well, I don't care either way. But if you guys get it wrong, you'll have to deal with Monokuma. What will the results of this voting time be? If Monokuma makes a mistake, he won't be able to execute anyone, right? Then it will be my victory. And that will ruin the entire killing game.
Ruin? I see, so that's your objective. You mean to ruin the killing game itself. That's why Kaito has been so stubborn all this time. But what does he mean by ruin exactly? Monokuma can do whatever he wants to the roots. How do you ruin something like that? What would be the point?
Start the voting already.
Yeah, I'm getting to it. Sheesh! Let's proceed with voting time, shall we? Sorry I fell short of your expectations, but I'm pretty sure I won't make any mistakes. 'Cause I got the ultimate detective's airtight logic on my side.
Es sei denn, ich habe hier einfach komplett gelügt. Now I know the whole truth and why. I believe in my logic and I believe in Kaito. From this point on, it's not about logic, it's about how far I'm willing to go. I believe in Kaito, not as a detective, but as Shuichi.
Can I just say something? I'd like to have one last conversation before we vote.
One last conversation?
There's more to talk about?
You see, before we vote, there's something I have to say. I just need you all to listen.
Wir lügen.
All right, let's pin this down. Who is inside that exisal?
Kaito, right?
That's what you said, isn't it?
Kokichi's the one who died.
I'll reveal the truth. Kokichi, I'm sorry. I just can't lie for you anymore.
What?
What do you mean, lie?
Why did you say Kokichi? The one in the exisal is...
I'm so sorry, everyone. I've deceived you all.
Huh?
The truth is, after we found the crushed body, I saw Kokichi.
You saw Kokichi?
Yes. He threatened me, told me that if I didn't do what he said, he'd kill us all. He wanted me to lie about what I saw, so that the trial would be more interesting. But I can't do it anymore. I can't keep lying like this. I have to tell the truth. Kokichi isn't dead. He's alive.
Oh, hold on! Why did you wait until now to mention this?
I'm so sorry, Kibo, but it's true.
Really? I'm really sorry, but this is the only way. Kaito's trying to fool Monokuma, trying to ruin the class trial. Aber was ist, wenn das jetzt so Reverse Psychology war? I believe in Kaito. Oh my god, he's not doing to hurt us. He tries to save us all. If Monokuma wants to rely on my detective work, fine. I will just lie.
Please, don't vote for Kaito. There's no doubt about it. Kokichi is in that exisal. He's the culprit.
Hey, Shuichi, I don't know what you're scheming, but as far as I'm concerned, you guys aren't extras at all. If you guys are wrong, you're gonna have to take your punishments like champs. Got it?
I'm not wrong. We can't vote for Kaito!
Stop it! That's enough!
Huh?
It's over. If you guys get it wrong, and Monokuma gets it right, then you'll all get punished. There's no way I can let that happen. So, it's fine. Let's end this.
Schade.
Kaito!
So...
Kokichi's tot.
My bad for tricking you guys. I'll explain everything. But before that, it's voting time. Alright, don't get it wrong. I'm definitely the culprit. You got it?
Was ist, wenn Maki es doch war?
I'm the one who killed Kokichi.
Kaito, no!
It's just like you to figure it all out, Shuichi. You're really something else. So all you gotta do is believe in your reasoning. That's what detectives do. Hey, Monokuma, let's hurry up and get this vote started!
Well said. Let's get this started then. The heart-racing excitement as the blackened and the spotless face off. It's voting time!
Da man es trotzdem drücken kann und alle anderen was anderes voten.
It's no use. It's no use.
Beim anderen ging's.
It seems the voting has finished. Now then, let's see the result. Who'll be chosen as the blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one?
Aber was ist, wenn das von Maki, Kokichi und von Kaito geplant ist? Alles natürlich A, Leute, ne? Well, if the cryptid's gonna confess, then I guess even Morans can screw this up.
Absolutely right.
So you all got it right. Even Suichi and Makiro voted for me. What a relief. Well, I knew you guys wouldn't get it wrong.
But you know...
But man, was I hard to act like Kokichi the whole time. I'm sure he wrote most of his own lines.
Jeez.
Seriously, look at the huge script. He wrote the whole thing. It's even got a bunch of alternate lines for different events too. Wow, Anspielung darauf, dass man irgendwas anderes drücken noch kann. But even so, I still had to ad-lib. You guys couldn't tell though, huh?
Come on, man.
Come on guys, don't look so sad. You guys got it right, it's all good. Why? Why did you kill Kokichi? You were against the killing game, so why did you kill him? I believed that you absolutely wouldn't do such a thing. You was protecting, was she protecting Kaito or just believing in him? I should explain, most of it's just like Suichi said.
After Kokichi pretended to take the antidote, he gave it to me. I mean...
Then he told me I had to cooperate with his plan.
Hey!
What plan? I've been thinking this whole time of a plan to throw the mastermind off guard.
What?
Throwing them off guard? What are you talking about? You're the mastermind. That was a lie. I only pretended to be the mastermind.
What?
Pretended? But all fell for it, you know. But you know, I prepared a bunch of stuff. Like this remote control, I had Mio make it. A mysterious message in the courtyard using Gonta and making him a murderer. All that preparation was just to make you guys think I was the mastermind. Why did you all that? The reason why I pretended to be the mastermind was to end this boring killing game. To end it? I thought if I showed you the despairing truth, you guys wouldn't want to go outside anymore. I thought it would end the killing game, but instead this happened. I'm gonna die by Maki's hands. What do you think this why do you think this happened? Why did you think Maki tried to kill me? Why do you think the killing game started again? Why? Because the true mastermind instigated it. I'm certain of it. They made a motive without us noticing. Man, thanks to that, everything's ruined.
Hold on!
The true mastermind instigated to it. So whoever that person is, they also instigated Maki's actions too. Yeah, they probably tried to eliminate me because I pretended to be the mastermind. My actions were instigated by the true mastermind, but that can't be it. The reason I decided to kill Kokichi was because I remembered the truth from a flashback light. Maybe making you remember the truth what was the mastermind wanted. Maybe the true mastermind had us use the flashback, so we would target Kokichi as a remnant of despair. So the flashback light itself was the true mastermind's trap all along. They expected us to target Kokichi once we remembered that he was a remnant of despair. Kokichi certainly expected it. That's why he talked about the true mastermind. But even so, this is all rather convenient for the true mastermind. The person claiming to be the mastermind just so happened to be a remnant of despair. We're all students of Wobspeak Academy and our fates are tied to the remnants of despair. I never would have imagined that fate would bring us to Kokichi's murder. It just plays so nicely for the true mastermind. I didn't know about the flashback light. Guess that's another mystery for you. Anyway, like I always saying,
you know,
then who's the true mastermind? Who knows? I don't know either. But it doesn't matter. We can't lose. This game is pointless unless you win. That's why I thought of a special plan. When I'm on the verge of losing, my plan will help me win. I don't really get it, but what is the plan to throw off the mastermind? Well, it's not that difficult, Kaito. I need you to kill me.
What? I mean...
The plan was to make a case where the victim was unknown, and then then trick Monokuma into thinking I was the victim, so he would mess up. If he ruled that either Makiro or Kokichi were the black end, then I would show myself, and Monokuma's ruling would be invalid. And if Monokuma's ruling was invalid, the killing game would end. That's what I'm most curious about. What makes you think it would end? Yeah, I asked Kokichi about that myself. Why would Monokuma care if he messed up who the black end was? And that is what he said. Die Regeln. Well, if it's Monokuma or the true mastermind, they can't break the rules as they please. Being unfair like that isn't allowed.
Hold up.
What do you mean? Death games are meant to be watched. If no one watching If no one was watching, there would be no reason to be such a stickler about the rules. There would be no point in making this game in the first place. But Monokuma's... Sind da mehrere Raumschiffe? But Monokuma's been stickler about the rules and about making the game interesting. That's why he agreed to my plan in the virtual world.
Which means...
Monokuma is aware that someone is watching us. In which case, I have no doubt that this death game is being shown to someone.
What did you say?
Is this some kind of show? But who would be watching? We are the only people left alive, aren't we? That's right, the flashback light is the reason we even remember that. But Kokichi might have been right. Why have a death game if no one's watching? I wasn't sure about it at first, but after this class trial there's no doubt. Monokuma can't do whatever he wants, he's bound by the rules of the game. That's why he couldn't afford to get the culprit wrong, why he relied on Shuichi. It's just like Kokichi said, if the game's rules no matter so much, everyone's watching. The death game is made to be watched. If that's true, then who? Who's watching?
Hey.
What's all this about, Monokuma? If the killing game really shows it's for someone, who can say? Why won't you tell us? We were friends during that trial. Honestly, I was just happy you guys cooperated with me. Humans love to help. They jump at any opportunity to extend a helping hand.
Well then.
Then here's another question. Who are you really? If Kokichi, a remnant of despair, is not the mastermind, then who's the true mastermind? Is it another remnant of despair like him? I'm not gonna spill the beans on a perfect to be continued cliffhanger like that. It's just too cute, really?
Hey.
I understand Kokichi's plan, but why did you agree to work with him, Kaito? Why did you agree to kill Kokichi? Because you saved your life. You should have just ignored him. He's better off dead anyway. I was kinda hard to ignore such an annoying guy.
Huh?
What?
Jeez.
I wonder how far ahead he planned this evil scheme of his.
What?
Yeah, but killing
Don't
you?
screw
What are you
around.
talking about? You want me to kill you? I figured you would react like that. But are you serious? You okay with that? Because if this poison kills me, then Maki would become the Black End, and her crime would be exposed so easily. If that happened, then Maki and I would have died for no reason, right? Which is just what the true mastermind expects.
What?
That's playing dirty, so that's why you gave me the antidote. I'm the ultimate Supreme Leader, there's no deaths I won't sing to. Even I have to sacrifice myself. Anyway, this is our chance to end this killing game.
Ruin this killing game.
That's why you have to kill me, so we can win and ruin this killing game. We will bring the true mastermind and everyone who's watching. We will bring them down to utter despair. Then everyone who died can rest in peace. I'm gonna die soon. Can we get this started already?
Damn.
You're crazy. But you know, I wasn't boring, right?
That punk.
Then he blackmailed by using me. I agreed to his plan once I heard the words ruin this killing game. He was crazy, but that let him come up with some crazy plans, and we needed a crazy plan in order to stand a chance against Monokuma. I bet on that chance. I didn't have any other choice. Cause I'm out of time. Time?
Could it be?
Kaito, you mean your
What
health.
are you talking about?
But you said you're fine. You told me not to worry about it any. My bad, that was a lie. Lie? Yeah, it's pretty bad. Honestly, I'm at my limit just talking. It can't be.
You know.
But I gotta wonder how this happened. I don't remember at all. In my memories, I was fine during the medical exam for my training. It was fine during the medical exam. That
Could it
means
be?
this might be the virus.
What?
Virus? Ooh,
If I remember
Corona. On the pledges that caused our planet to crumble. A virus caught by meteorites that spread across the globe. Hopespeak Academy, along with the rest of the planet, was in danger of extinction. Wenn die Folge hier rauskommt, ist Corona immer noch aktuell, even though he had come so far and triumphed over so much despair. We almost wiped out in an instant.
Could it be?
This must have something to do with the virus. Kaito didn't use that flashback light, so he might not remember it. But we're supposed to be immune. Were we selected because we didn't? Perhaps the virus was dormant when you were selected for the Goofer project.
Tell you the truth.
You could have been infected the whole time, showing no symptoms until very recently. Kaito is infected with the virus, but how could that be? I don't know what you're talking about, but I guess I'm pretty screwed, huh? Well, I think this was coming. I knew it was coming, that's why I agreed to Kokichi's plan.
But you know,
when I found out about the plan, I thought it was pretty awesome.
hey, so
Kokichi left me with a whole outline of it. I freaked out when I read it. It was a pretty good plan. I thought we might be able to trick Monokuma. but I knew Suichi would see right through it in the end.
Well done.
And that's exactly how it went. Nice job, Suichi.
Well
You are
done.
really something.
That's
Kaito, did you? Yeah, I knew you guys would figure everything
Got it.
out. That's why I was able to get on board with Kokichi and lie to you like that. Even if I messed stuff up during the trial, I knew Suichi would see through
That's
it.
my sidekick.
Why?
If you knew I would see through, then why? If you knew it was pointless from the start, then you shouldn't have gone that far. And it wasn't pointless. I ended up being a huge success. Why?
I mean,
Because of this plan, Kokichi pretended to be the mastermind. We got closer to the true mastermind's liar. Behind this truth, there's gotta be a hint that leads to the real truth.
yeah.
No doubt, that's why Kokichi gave his life. You talk as if he was your partner when you hated him so strongly before. Oh, I hate this guts. Honestly, I'm still pissed off at him. He made us go through so much crap to the end. No, even beyond that. He was a lying sack of shit.
Hey!
I'm getting harder to breathe, so please, can I ask you one thing? You want to ruin this killing game, but you kept saying how fun this game was. That was a lie, obviously. How could a game that you are forced to play be fun? I had to think this game was fun to survive. I had to lie to myself. You little... The bastards who created this game to toy with our lives and the shits enjoying it, they all piss me off. And that's why I'm willing to do whatever it takes to end this game. Kokichi said that? That could have been a lie too. He probably just said it so I would cooperate with him. Was it really a lie? I think his dying words may have been the honest truth. He's not the type to shed real tears. I wonder which one is it? The lie or the truth? Even now at the very end, I don't really understand Kokichi. But maybe that's what lying is all about. The truth is in the eye of the beholder, huh? Kokichi was the very abomination of a lie. That pretty much wraps up my explanation. Now finally, I need to apologize to Suichi. Me?
I mean,
To be honest, I was jealous of you. Jealous.
that's right.
Because you were always saving us, you know? Your detective skills kept us alive. You were just way too cool and got frustrated. So that's why I was so harsh on you, my bad.
That's wrong.
Hey Kaiti, that's not true.
Hey,
I was only so confident because you were the one for me. You made me your sidekick, you said you would take the responsibility. And that's why I can do all this. Even if you didn't talk to me back then, even now I would be... Kaito.
What?
Are you okay? How can I be okay? I'm about to die. I'm sure I are, bucko. Cause it's punishment time. Punishment. I won't let you.
I won't let you kill him.
I plan to get in my way. You know what will happen if you do that, don't you?
So what?
I don't care what happens. I plan to kill you anyway from the start.
Indeed.
Yes, I've been determined to fight back for a while now. No, stop.
Kaito.
I can't let you die, Kaito.
That's it.
I don't care if you're sick. I don't care if you're dying. I won't let Monokuma touch you.
What was that?
What's so funny?
Hey!
I'm just thinking about life and how irreplaceable it is. Know what I mean?
Huh?
When a life ends, the closest to it mourn. But if you could somehow recycle that life, then the closest to it wouldn't need to mourn anymore, right?
That's nice.
If we could recycle life, the world would be filled with hope. That's my point.
Hey.
What are you talking about? Alright kids, time for our grand re-entrance. What?
Rise and shine, your sign. With our powers combined, we are the Monokuma.
Ja, sie sind wieder da. I'm Monotaro. No matter how you read it or spell it or say it, it's still Monotaro. What the? That's totally a lie. What the hell is going on? I could have swore there was more of you chumps before. Fuck yeah, no, let's destroy Monodem now. That's sad sack is bombing me the fuck out.
What did you say?
Weren't you all completely destroyed? The old Monocups were destroyed. These Monocups are the last model. They still got their factory settings, so in a way it's like they are brand new characters. But who cares? Now that my cups are back, I'm not lonely and miserable anymore. Who brought them back on a whim like this? Your guys are just irreplaceable. Maybe not maybe not as replaceable as Monocups, but finding other people to participate in this killing game is easier than you might think. Finding other people?
Well.
I got no idea what's going on or what any of this means, but that's right. We're so fucking lovable and shit, except one of them, of course.
Hey!
Do you know what else this means? Now that the Monocups are back, I've got my exiled entourage protecting me again. Still wanted to find me now? This is bad. If he's got the exercise again, so what?
I won't let you
It doesn't
kill
matter.
him.
I won't let you kill Kaito. I will fight until the very end. Stop. Even if you fight the exercise, you just get killed. The remote control and the last electric bomb were crushed in the press. I won't give up. Enough. I never felt this way before. I've always fought to kill, but the first time I've fought to protect someone. And I've never been given a name like Makiro before either. And I've never met someone as stubborn as you before. And I've never fallen for someone before. Makiro.
No.
I don't want to end this, I just don't.
I won't let you kill him.
I absolutely won't let you.
My bad.
Makiro, I'm sorry, but that's not an option. I don't have as much time left as you think. I'm fighting just to stay standing.
Hey, so...
Hey Makiro, I asked you before, what's your enemy? Before you hated yourself so much. I didn't even like yourself a little. And wasn't that the reason you tried to distance yourself from others? Right. You decided that you didn't deserve to have friends, didn't you? That was your enemy.
Don't worry about it.
But not anymore, huh? You're alright now. You feel like you're a guy. You fell for a guy like me. Now you can learn to like yourself.
Come on.
Hey,
man.
don't cry. Can you send me off with one last smile?
I believe in you.
You guys too. I'm not gonna allow any tears. Send me off with a bang.
Okay.
I won't cry.
Endure it.
Me too. I'm going to hold it in. I will endure it.
I
can't cry if I want. Hey, sorry about the wait, Monokuma. We can go ahead and start now.
Dong dong dong!
Oh boy, my first punishment time. I've never seen one before.
Hey.
Let me just say this to the true mastermind controlling Monokuma. You better get ready. My friends aren't gonna lose to you. That's all.
Please.
I will leave the rest to you guys. End this ridiculous killing
do
game.
not worry.
Shuichi.
And Suichi, never forget you're not alone. You have friends. Don't try to do anything by yourself, okay?
The impossible is possible.
All you gotta do is make it, so... Thanks, Kaito.
Makiro.
How long are you gonna cry? You should smile. I can't. It's impossible, I can't. Of course, my bad for making you cry like that.
All right.
Let's end this with a bang.
Kaito Momota, luminary of the stars.
A special punishment suited to the luminary of the stars. You don't gotta tell me, I'm excited to get this started.
Ready?
We will screw you, I'm not gonna die the way you want.
It's punishment time!
Oh, es ist bestimmt eine richtig langweilige Execution. Weil Kaito eigentlich eine richtig krasse will. Oh boy, ich bin gespannt. Alle waren bisher krass. Oh. Oh, what's that? Blast of Second Ignition. Hey, das kennen wir doch. Aus dem ersten Teil. Oh, es geht eben nicht in die Stars, sondern nach unten. Okay, ich verstehe. In die Hölle. Ach, er kommt auf der anderen Seite der Erde raus, lol. Monokuma hat nicht das bekommen, was er wollte. Und er hat die Sterne gesehen. Also war es eigentlich gut für ihn. Kaito.
Right?
Kibo, are you okay? You got hit by the debris when you protect... I'm fine. More importantly...
Hey!
What's the matter, Monokuma? Upset that Kaito won?
Yeah?
Hey, what do you mean Kaito won?
Because
He died before the end of your punishment. Kaito didn't die from your execution.
Okay.
That's right, Kaito wasn't killed by you. It's Kaito's victory. We lost. I don't know what he meant to do it, but he was certainly went out like a stubborn jackass. Well, whatever, it's not like this is the end of the killing game, so it's fine. It's not over? No shit. Ain't it written in the school's regulation? The killing game will go on until there's just one black and or two spotless. Skill regulations, you're gonna follow the regulations, huh? The only reason you want the rule is because you're showing this to someone.
Well...
I just wanna an entertaining killing, but you're certainly entitled to your opinion.
That's wrong.
That's enough. Enough of your bullshit already. I made a promise to Kaito, I will end this killing game. I will keep my promise. We're not going to let anyone else die. Who's even gonna play that game anymore? It's already over. You could cut this tension with a knife. What's everyone talking about anyway?
Actually,
Feels like we stumbled into the last act. I don't know what's happening at all.
Pops!
Fill us in. We want to help you out. Oh, Monosuke is acting nice. He's sucking up for brownie points.
they're so
I just can't help myself around you little cubs. I spent a whole month telling you what I missed you about you. A whole month. Won't that take longer than the whole chapter?
my little cubs.
I will tell you all about it while I smother you with hugs and kisses. You kids go on ahead and wait for me at home.
Farewell!
Why did I stay behind? Because I want to give you all a reward for working so hard.
You
Just, by the way, I don't know where you got the idea that this killing game can be stopped. There's nothing a participant can do to end this killing game. No way, this game is gonna keep going and go for a long time. During his ranting Monokuma took out.
Huh?
A flashback light? Oh boy.
what?
What did you just do? Was that a flashback light just now? Is it broken? I don't feel like I remembered anything. This flashback light has a special effect. You will remember soon enough. You will remember that despair is the only choice you have. That hope doesn't exist here at all. The killing game will never end. And then Monokuma left. He declared that this killing game would continue. He declared there's no hope. Oh boy. After all that, I honestly don't remember how we got back. It took all I had just to accept the reality that Kaito was gone. And not just Kaito, Kokichi too. Someone we all trusted and someone none of us trusted. We lost them both. But it wasn't all for nothing, because we were drawing ever closer to discover the true mastermind. The killing game will never end. Never end. As long as I'm around, it will never end. I will repeat over and over and over. Why would I let something this fun ever end? I want to have more fun. As long as it's fun, we have to keep doing it. We just simply supply and demand.
Such despair.
Okay. Later that night, I found myself standing in that one spot in the courtyard, the place where Kaito and I would train together. My heart felt crushed, all the loss and guilty helplessness sinking in my chest. But I still stood here.
Well,
What are you going to do? What are you doing besser? Maki! So, mit der Conversation mit Maki machen wir nächste Episode weiter, weil ich jetzt echt Schluss machen muss. Es ging echt länger, als ich dachte, und es ist schon echt dunkel, wie ihr gegebenenfalls sehen könnt. Und ich muss noch essen, und in einer halben Stunde ist die nächste Aufnahme. Bisschen Meinung von mir. Ich werde auf jeden Fall nochmal drüber nachdenken. Aber erste Meinung. Ich finde es gut, soweit wie ich gekommen bin. Also, das ist halt dieses Problem. wie machst du einen so schönen Plot-Twist? Also ich fand es gar nicht so schlecht. Es gab halt am Ende noch so viele Möglichkeiten. Das war halt so ein bisschen... Es wäre jetzt cool gewesen, wenn jetzt hier irgendwie Monokuma quasi überlistet worden wäre. Das wäre halt echt cool gewesen. Und ist halt nicht auf jeden Fall mal das gleiche. Also wenn es jetzt das gleiche gewesen wäre. Ich fand also die Idee fand ich halt mal wieder gut. Aber ich finde, es hätte man besser machen können. Ich finde, die Weite, wie ich gedacht habe, war eigentlich schon perfekt. Und das fehlt mir halt so ein bisschen bei den Fällen, dass man halt eigentlich jemanden braucht, mit dem man darüber redet. Und der so ein bisschen sagen kann, ey, ja, soweit hast du jetzt genug nachgedacht, mach den Class Trial. Deswegen, das finde ich halt ein bisschen schwer. Und ich glaube, es gibt nicht nur Chapter 5. Deswegen, schauen wir auf jeden Fall mal nächste Episode weiter. Es geht auf jeden Fall noch weiter. Ich habe keine Ahnung, wie es enden soll. Vielleicht gibt es nochmal Chapter 6. Weil ich meine, jetzt leben wir noch 4 Leute, oder? Oder 5? Suichi, Tsumugi, Himiko, Maki und Kibo. Okay, es leben noch 5 Leute. Okay. In diesem Sinne, schreibt mir eure Meinung zu dem Fall in die Kommentare. Und ich würde sagen, wir sehen uns in der nächsten Episode auf jeden Fall. Also, vielleicht gebe ich am Ende noch irgendwie mal so eine komplette Meinung ab. Also, ich fand zwischendurch jetzt echt super. Diese Plot-Twist und wow, die kämpfen und alles. Das war schon echt cool. Ob das jetzt so ganz so logisch war, sei dahingestellt. Das mit dem Elektro-Scheiß fand ich halt ein bisschen kacke. Kann man mal drüber wegschauen. Der Rest war gut. Vielleicht sollte man es auch eher zur Unterhaltung spielen und nicht, um wirklich die Fälle zu lösen. Aber ich habe irgendwie das Gefühl, ich muss den Fall versuchen zu lösen. In diesem Sinne bedanke ich mich ganz herzlich fürs Zusehen. Ich wünsche allen noch einen wunderschönen Tag. Und sage tschö, bis dann und man sieht sich.